let's start setting up, shall we?
Okay.
Hello everybody and welcome to Philbert Flies. This afternoon we are going to be flying Easyjet flight 7194 from Faro to Liverpool. And as you can see, I'm using the Tropical Sim Faro scenery, and we're flying to see Digital Design's Liverpool scenery. So our estimated time of departure is 10:25 local, and we should be arriving at 13:20 local, giving a flight time of just under 3 hours. So let's get on board and start setting up. As you can see, I've made a little bit of a start. We've got the ADDs aligned, we're on external power. I've started the flight crew A320 pre-flight events. Yeah, let's continue. And we'll start by going to have a look at the FMGC and setting that up. I'm going to go to the ATSU first of all, go to the AOC menu and get the weather for our departure and arrival airports. Then we'll be able to print this out and use it to program the MCDU. Are we going to stop at Faro? Okay, never mind. we are at Faro as we speak. Oh, Andy, thank you very, very much for the donation. You should get a little animation at some point, but it's a little bit laggy. I'll say thank you again as and when it appears. Very kind of you. So now we're just looking for the company message notification up here to tell us that we've received a message. And here it is. So this is our METAR for LPFR for Faro, and this is our METAR for Liverpool. There it is. Thank you once again, Andy, for your donation. Very kind. So we'll print this out. I still love this printer feature. It's not life-changing, it doesn't make the plane fly any better, but it's not only cool to look at, it's also very, very useful. What the donation music, Stephen? I don't know, it's some little jingle that I thought people might like that I downloaded from Epidemic Sounds. So here's our weather. And now we've done that, we'll go over to the init page, init A, and start filling this in. So we've already got our from and to airports here. Our alternate today is going to be East Midlands, which I really hope we don't have to divert to because it's a horrible airport with no scenery, but I'm confident we won't. And we'll put in our flight number, our IATA flight number, which is EZY9194 Lima Alpha. Cost index is 12, that's typical for EasyJet. And we're going to be cruising at, what did I say? Flight level 360. There we are. Scouts are getting on the plane, yeah, absolutely. Right. So that's that. We'll go over to the flight plan page now. And good news, because we have ATC online. I'm flying on VATSIM, as has become what I do these days. I don't know quite when that started, but I quite like it. So I'll carry on. So we don't have any controllers on at Faro itself, but we do have a Lisboa control on 125.55. So let's tune them in now. And before we make contact, I'm going to start the APU. And that will get a little bit of...
the security and safety checks are all done. Are we good to start boarding?
Yes,
you can start
yes,
boarding.
please do. I'm going to start the APU largely because I totally forgot to do that on my last flight, which was terribly embarrassing. But as we're starting boarding, it's probably a good time to do it anyway. Your mum Scouse. Stephen is also Scouse. Got a lot of Scousers in the house tonight, or this afternoon. Getting in the Faro party spirit, clearly, thinking it's tonight. Thinking I'm some sort of DJ. Right, you're sorry you're late. Don't you worry, Extinct. It's nice to have you here. Right, I'm just going to reply. I've been chatting with KLM74 Mike, so I'll just bid him a happy flight. And while the APU is starting off, we can switch the frequencies and see what's going on.
Roger, 0553, Central Mike.
What do they call themselves?
For radar
control.
7605, landing flight level 240, passing flight level 200.
Alpine 7605, full Abundi, identified, climb level 370.
Climb flight level 370, climb 7605.
What's the QNH here? What's the actual QNH here? 1024. There we are. Liverpool Control, Bombardier, EZY91 Lima Alpha at Faro stand 320, QNH 1024, request clearance to Liverpool.
EZY91 Lima Alpha, hello, good morning, standbound, call back shortly. Break, LM74 Mike identified, climb level 360, proceed direct PNEC.
This chat
flight level 360
is very amusing.
Simple Mike.
So just waiting for control to call us back now. Once we've confirmed our routing, then we can get programming the MCDU. APU is available, so we can turn on the APU bleed and we can disconnect from external power.
EZY91 Lima Alpha, ready to copy?
We're ready, EZY91 Lima Alpha, go ahead.
EZY91 Lima Alpha, runway 28 news, QNH 1024, clear to destination Liverpool via Evura 9 Victor departure, squawk 3333, all 3.
Runway 28 news, QNH 1024 and cleared to Liverpool via the Evura 9 Victor departure, squawking 3333, EZY91 Lima Alpha.
EZY91 Lima Alpha, read back correct.
Alright, 3333 on the transponder, we'll turn that on. And we'll go back to setting up. Cabin crew must be melody. I loved that show, Sukhoi. They were good times. You're flying to Tenerife, cool. Cabin crew will be drunk as well. Oh, there's some dreadful. We have some dreadful stereotypes being bandied about here in the chat, and I won't have any more of it, even if you do have all connections with Liverpool. So this is exactly what we expected, a Faro 28 departure via the Evura 9 Victor SID. So now we've got that set up, I'm going to show you what it looks like on the chart.
And level 250 when ready.
Right. So here we have it. Pretty straightforward. This is runway 28. We're going to proceed straight ahead to FR612 for turning right, heading 007 and heading to Evura, by which point we must be at or above flight level 60. So not a lot to worry about there. Close that. And we'll make sure that our altitude constraint is in there. It isn't, but we'll be well above it. It's predicting flight level 206 by Evura. Very, very good. So now we can go over to the init B page and set that up. Import the 0 fuel weight and 0 fuel weight center of gravity. Block fuel today is 9.6 tons. Ooh. William, thank you very, very much for joining Club Filbert. It's great to have you aboard. I'll sort out your Discord membership and all that after the flight.
Direct Magnum, flight level 350, runner bus A320.
Right, so we've done init B, now we can go over to performance, and unusually for me, I've actually prepared and calculated my V-speeds in advance, so that's good. 145, 146, and 147. Transition altitude today is going to be 4,000 feet. It's quite low in Portugal, isn't it?
Turkish 6 Charlie Tango, contact Madeira frequency.
And we're going to use 1,500 and 3,000 for our thrust reduction and acceleration altitudes. Flex takeoff temp is 58. So that's us all set up. Now he didn't give us a cleared altitude. Now normally that means there's one in the departure procedure, but there doesn't seem to be. Just going to have a quick look at the chart on my iPad, see if I've missed anything. Maybe we'll get our altitude cleared later on. We'll set it at 6,000 feet for now. We'll turn on the flight director. And we'll fast forward the pre-flight events a little bit so that we can get underway.
725, contact Liverpool, frequency 11.1. 119.1 still.
You've never heard of Faro as a holiday destination?
EZY28 Mike,
Oh, it's beautiful around here. It's beautiful.
Actually, EZY28 Mike, proceed direct PNEC. Level 350 is not possible northbound. 360 is unavailable. Would you like 340 or 380?
Ladies and gentlemen. 340 Ultraviolet.
As you locate your assigned.
So, as I said, our local departure time should be 10:25, but often the flight gets away a little bit early, so there's no reason why we can't do that today. We'll wait for the purser to finish her welcome announcement. Well, maybe we'll make one of our own before getting ready for pushback and engine start. Yeah, I could ask ATC if there's an initial climb. I might do it when we are cleared for takeoff, just in case they're going to tell us later on. I'll probably forget now I've said that, but it's a good idea. Right, let's play a little welcome announcement.
Hey guys, all packs are on board. Are we clear to close?
I'd like to extend a very
Let me
warm
know if
welcome
you
to
need
you aboard
anything.
our flight today.
Not very
Lovely
professional to
have you
interrupt
with
me
us,
when I'm in the
and
middle
nice
of a
to see some
PA,
our
but
frequent
anyway.
flyers as well. Just a note about
Turkish 90425, I was not able to copy the 8%.
Once we get airborne, I do
Can you tell me the open?
We will be taking off in about 10-15 minutes.
However, we would advise that whilst you are seated, you
Turkish 90425, okay, the switch should be working regardless. Runway 2, question runway 05 the news. Wind set is time variable 7 knots. QNH 1028.
Safety features and procedures for this
Turkish 945, QNH is 1028, weather copied, thanks for the information, runway 05
aircraft is slightly different. Thanks very much once again. I'll leave you in peace for now and hand you over to the cabin crew for that demonstration, and we'll be on our way very shortly. Thank you.
Right, and now we can run the before start checklist down to the line.
Before start checklist.
Cockpit prep.
Control Turkish 940 84 descent.
Completed.
Completed.
Turkish 9404,
Removed.
stand by and call you for descent.
On and auto.
How's the audio? Because the ATC is very loud for me. I don't know if you're hearing everything okay.
Nav.
Fuel.
Turkish 945, descent flight level
Takeoff
250.
data.
Set.
Baro ref.
1024 set.
1024 set. Down to the line.
Turkish 90189.
Right, and we'll carry on once we are cleared for push and engine start.
119.6 Turkish 918, thank you for services.
Welcome.
Lisboa Control, EZY91 Lima Alpha, ready for pushback and engine start.
EZY91 Lima Alpha, push and start approved.
Push and start approved, EZY91 Lima Alpha. Okay, glad the sound's okay. Right, so we're cleared for pushback and engine start. We can turn on the beacon. And while we're doing that, hopefully the jetway's disconnecting. We'll check the thrust levers are at idle, which they were, but my joystick wasn't. And yeah, we are good to go. So we want to push back nose right.
Cockpit to ground.
Go ahead, flight deck.
We are ready for pushback and engine start.
Roger. Release the parking brakes, please.
Parking brakes released.
Okay, I might
Push
work
it
on
back.
turning the ATC down a little bit. I'd say the air traffic controller sounds anything but old, to be honest.
Turkish 9408, continue climb, flight level 350.
I really like the new APU sounds. I know it's not the latest version, but it sounds much better than it used to.
Below the line.
Windows and doors.
Closed.
Closed. Beacon.
On.
You're clear
Thrust
behind
levels.
and you can start your
Idle.
engines at your
Parking
discretion.
Off.
Before start.
Turkish 9404, descent level 250.
Descent level
Starting
250,
engine
Turkish
two.
9404.
Luzon Control KLM 702, sorry for the delay, sir. We'll contact Madrid 133.75. Thank you, bye.
No problem, enjoy afternoon.
In the sim, Theo, or in the real world, or both? It's my favourite. Yeah, it probably is my favourite aircraft in the sim. But I tend to find the cabin configurations a lot more cramped than the COs in the real world. I'm still not a very good pushback tug driver, even though I've been doing it for a while now. Yes, the printer is included in the dev version. I'm not sure if it's in the stable yet or not. Right, there we are. This is looking good. Not one smooth motion, but we're on the taxiway centre line, so that's what counts.
Pushback complete.
Speedbird 271 Lisbon.
Starting engine 1.
Parking brake set.
Speedbird 2781, hello again, we just had to disconnect for maybe an hour or so.
Left side with a pin.
Yeah, no problem, just refund your flight time, please, if you wouldn't mind.
Have a good flight, see you later.
Sorry.
So engine 2 started, and engine 1 is on its way.
Please direct your attention
The tug driver, yeah, absolutely. I would love to be able to fire myself from driving tugs. I just wish GSX would hurry up and come out.
on board this aircraft. Regulations require compliance with this information as well as all crew instructions, the lighted information signs and posted placards. Fasten your seatbelt by inserting the metal tip into the buckle. Tighten by pulling on the belt. To release your seatbelt.
Portugal radar, KLM 74 Mike, requesting to leave cockpit.
That's a close report back.
Hello, Crizzy. Yes, it certainly is in the BA fleet, but it's not the aircraft's fault. It's just the way they've configured it. Hello, Jason.
Locate the nearest exit.
Welcome to the stream, both of you.
Contact Madrid, frequency 133.
Right, so both engines are online, so we can turn the engine mode selector back to normal, and we'll turn off the APU.
Welcome.
And while we're up here, we'll turn on the taxi lights.
Portugal radar 74 Mike, requesting to leave the cockpit for 5 minutes.
KLM 74 Mike, that's approved. Report back, please.
Okie dokie. So we can do the after start checklist now.
After start checklist.
Anti-ice.
We should put that on actually.
Set.
ECAM status.
Checked.
Pitch trim.
Should be on 24%. Did I set it before we started, or did I forget? I forgot.
25% set.
Rudder trim.
0.
Turkish 9425, contact number frequency 119.6. Fine.
Turkish 9425, 119.6. Thanks for your service. See you soon.
Full left.
Just.
Thank you very much.
Full right.
Control,
Neutral.
Portugal 605, passing point Popar, climbing flight level 240 with you.
Oh right, you flew into Faro as well, did you, Jason? Awesome. Oh, thank you, Crizzy. I'm glad you're enjoying the reviews.
Direct to Narta flight level.
Well done, Jason. How are you finding PACX? Right. So we've done that. We'll get our taxi clearance, I think. Lisboa Control, EZY91 Lima Alpha, request taxi.
EZY91 Lima Alpha. Just confirm which direction are you facing?
Facing east. EZY91 Lima Alpha.
EZY91 Lima Alpha, thank you very much. Taxi via Charlie Twin Papa to holding point runway 28.
Via Charlie and Papa to holding point runway 28, EZY91 Lima Alpha.
Surge 120, contact Lisboa, frequency 119.1.
So I'm just going to have a little look at my charts. This is Charlie.
19.1 is Alpha 120.
Charlie.
Fox 90469, we are ready for descent.
Charlie 2 Papa. Okay, got it. Let's go.
Clear left side.
Clear.
Turkish 9469, descent level 260.
Descent 260, Fox 90469.
Turkish 9404, contact Madeira, frequency 119.4.
119.4, Turkish 9404.
So this, I believe, should be Charlie 2 coming up on our right.
Lisbon, speedbird 414, coming with flight level 350 with direct Altis.
Brake check.
Keeper 414, hello, identified.
Oh, really cloudy all the way, yet again, yet again. No, I don't support a soccer team extinct, and as I say, I'm going to turn the ATC down a little bit once we're in the air. Hello, Keffel. Nice to see you. Yeah, this is not the sort of weather you come to Liverpool, to Faro for, is it? It is the sort of weather you come to Liverpool for. Oh, good. I'm glad your passengers were happy, Jason. Good afternoon, Wolfgang. Yes, indeed, I am. Yep, EZY91 Lima Alpha on VATSIM. Right, we'll turn our transponder to TARA. And now we're away from the terminal, we can turn on our weather radar and our predictive wind shear warning system. And we'll start the before takeoff checklist.
Before takeoff checklist.
Flight controls.
Checked.
Checked.
Zero control, number 100, go. Mike.
Checked.
Flight level 240, inbound, try.
Confirmed.
Flat setting.
Config 1+.
November 100 Golf Mike, allow me to board guard, identified. ILS 28 Faro, proceed direct Foxtrot Romeo 607.
146 V2 147
V1 145 VR 146 V2 145.
Proceed direct Foxtrot Romeo 607, November 100 Golf Mike.
Set.
That's correct, and climb level 250 for November 100 Golf Mike.
Down to the line.
So I just lied to him then. We don't have takeoff no blue, do we? We haven't got the ECAM memo up at all for some reason. That's very odd, isn't it? We don't have any ECAM memo. Right, unless he gives us takeoff clearance, I'm going to try and work out what's going on there.
Turkish 946 contact Madeira, frequency 119.6.
Got our flaps set, we've got our engine anti-ice on, we've dinged the cabin. Anything up here that would be stopping it displaying an ECAM memo?
Terminated, report passing Lutak on Unicom, buona tarde.
No? Oh well, we'll do without. Oh Christ, I thought I had my parking brake on. I didn't.
Turkish 940 ready for descent.
Beauty 51 Whiskey,
There we are.
contact
We'll
Madrid,
put the parking brake on here.
133.75.
Find it hard to get into VATSIM. Yeah, they're quite patient mostly. You get the odd grumpy controller, but they're mostly alright. Yeah, it was a good flight yesterday, wasn't it, Jason?
Turkish 940 ready for descent.
Turkish 940, descent level 280.
Descent 940.
Beauty 51 Whiskey, contact Madrid, frequency 133.750.
133.75, Beauty 51 Whiskey.
Yeah, that was a bit of a boo-boo, but he didn't notice. That's the main thing. We got away with it. Lisboa control, EZY91 Lima Alpha, holding short runway 28, ready for departure.
EZY91 Lima Alpha, thank you very much. Wind set Faro 270 degrees, 27 knots, runway 28, cleared for takeoff.
Cleared for takeoff, EZY91 Lima Alpha, and can you confirm our cleared altitude, please?
Initially climb level 70, occasion climb level 60.
Initial climb to flight level 60, EZY91 Lima Alpha, thank you. Okay, so we are cleared for takeoff. Landing lights on, nose light to takeoff, strobes on. And we'll finish the before takeoff checklist.
Below the line.
Cabin crew, be seated for takeoff. Takeoff runway.
Confirmed.
Confirmed. Cabin crew.
Advised.
Engine mode selector.
Normal.
Packs.
On.
Before takeoff checklist complete.
Exactly, Jason. Exactly.
Lisbon Control.
Okay, let's do this.
605 requesting permission to leave the cabin for 5 minutes.
Ground 605, that's approved. Report back.
Engine stable.
Report when back to Air Portugal 605, thank you.
To all stations inbound Madeira, information Lima is not current. New winds 220 degrees 5 knots. Expect VOR demi approach runway 23. I say again, at Funchal, expect now VOR demi approach runway 23. Information Lima.
V1, rotate.
Bit of a bump on the runway there, wasn't it?
Positive climb.
Thank you very much to whoever that is who's just joined Club Phil, but much appreciated. I'm going to give you a proper thank you as soon as we're in the air and I can look away.
Autopilot 1. AP1.
Check.
And away we go.
Liverpool Control, November 100 Golf Mike, ready to descend.
November 100 Golf Mike, descent level 100.
Oh, it was you, Stephen. Thank you very much. Welcome, welcome aboard.
EZY91 Lima Alpha, identified climb level 360, no speed restrictions, proceed direct Abupi.
Climb flight level 360, no speed, and confirm direct to EZY91 Lima Alpha.
Direct Abupi, Alpha, Bravo, Uniform Papa, India, Abupi.
A firm flight level 360, no speed, and direct to Abupi, EZY91 Lima Alpha. Right, levers, thrust levers down to the climb detent, and as we pass the S speed,
flap 0.
Flap 0.
Speed checked.
Lisboa Control, Finnair 122, flight level 350, inbound Elvar.
Takeoff, climb checklist.
Landing gear.
Up.
Flaps.
Retracted.
Pats.
On.
Down to the line.
Finnair 122, hello, good afternoon, identified, proceed direct Bexal.
Right, and we've passed the transition altitude now, so we'll set standard pressure, get the co-pilot to do the same.
Lisbon Control, very good afternoon. Iberia Express 3844 with your flight level 370.
Iberia Express 3844, hello, good afternoon. New squawk 3304.
And we'll finish off the after takeoff checklist.
Faro ref.
Standard set.
Standard set.
3304, Iberia Express 3844.
Awesome! That was not a bad departure, I feel. We've got a direct to. I wonder if we can change the speed restriction. Or clear it, because he has given us no speed. So what if we just tried, for example, to set 300 knots as our selected climb speed?
Sorry, Bexal, Iberia 3844.
I've got a feeling we have to clear the constraints somehow, but I can't remember off the top of my head if and how you do that. I would have assumed it would be in the climb page. Anyway, whatever, we'll climb at 250 knots, not going to make much difference. The bump's realistic. Is there really a lump in the middle of that runway? Yeah, it's much appreciated, Stephen. Yeah, I'll add you in the to the Discord user group after the flight as well. Hello, Zanis. Nice to see you. Haven't seen you for a while.
37 Mac Foxtrot.
And we're above 10,000 feet now, so we can turn off the landing lights, and because it's pretty smooth, we'll turn off the seatbelt sign as well.
EZY91 Lima Alpha, turn left heading 0, question turn left heading 340.
Turn left heading 340, EZY91 Lima Alpha. It's unusual, vectors after departure. Must be some traffic afoot. Do you know, the trouble with weather force for me is that although it's more accurate, it applies the same weather to the whole world, and you get really sudden transitions, I think, unless they've updated it and it does actually work a bit more like the live weather where it updates from various stations. I could be wrong. I use Unreal Weather and I use that as a backup in case anything goes wrong, but to me the live weather looks a lot better and it's getting more accurate all the time. I'm going to have a quick look at VATSIM and find out why we're being given vectors. Oh, I see, we have a Cessna citation of some sort. Where's he headed? Heading from Lisbon to Faro, and he should be at 16,000 feet, round about our 2 o'clock position. I wonder if we can see him. Might be a bit far off. That's good. Good bit of traffic avoidance vectoring.
586 identified, climb 330.
Yeah, thanks.
Climb 330, top 586, thank you.
Lisbon, good afternoon, applicable 946, with you passing level 205.
Phil 946, hello, identified, climb 380.
380.
Alright, let me have a look at turning the ATC down a bit, because it's too loud in my headphones as well.
Welcome back.
Okay, I've adjusted it a bit. I might adjust it a bit more when they next speak. So for those of you who are watching who have no idea what this...
thank you. You may now resume on navigation direct Abu B.
Resume my navigation direct Abu B, EZY91 Lima Alpha, thank you.
November 100 Golf Mike, descent altitude 4,000 feet, Faro QNH 1024, speed to service correction, no ATC restrictions.
Yes, Club Filbert. It's my membership program. For those of you who enjoy my streams, you can sign up for a small monthly payment, and in return you get access to various perks. So with Club Filbert's Bronze, you get a custom avatar. You'll see a few of those in the chat now. Access to an exclusive Club Filbert members-only Discord channel. And in addition to that, if you join Club Filbert Silver, you also get a monthly private members-only live stream, in which you're welcome to fly with me if you like as well. So those are your options for that. And if you don't want to subscribe, you can also just make a donation using Streamlabs, which is my preference, or the super chat in the at the bottom. So for more information on Club Filbert, just click the join button below the video and you'll find out everything you need to know. And that's my advertising over for the day. Always hate doing it, now I have to. That headwind at 315 gets worse as you climb towards the northern peninsula. Oh, does it? That's a shame. Could be a longer flight than we expected. Oh yes, William, you also get, thank you for reminding me, you also get custom emojis in Club Filbert, which I designed with my own fair hand. And we'll add more of at some point. It is a pretty long flight, yeah, it's the best part of 3 hours. What are we on at the moment? So it says 16 and... Oh, that's the real world time. I think that you're seeing.
Papa Lima, hello, identified.
It says 15:47 though, so that's the real world time. In sim time we expect to arrive at 13:20, but we'll hopefully be a little bit earlier than that. Yeah, hashtag ad, exactly. And obviously, if you don't want to donate, that's equally fine, but you make sure you click the thumbs up button and subscribe to the channel.
Descend 3,000, direct Gapti.
So this is a little bit of a shortcut we've got here direct to Abupi. It's sort of roughly in the same direction, but it's on the border between northern Portugal and Spain, so it's a long leg we're doing now.
Hello, identified, climb 360, proceed direct Thursday.
Oh, that's interesting, Zanis. Why do you prefer subscribing at Twitch to joining as a member on YouTube?
Turkish 794 to descend.
That emoji could have been made for that very moment.
Descent level 250. Actually, correction, Turkish 794 descent level 260.
Will we be coming in on runway 7? Yes, probably. Is it runway 7?
Contact number there, frequency 119.6.
At Liverpool we have 9 or 27. And the wind is 120. So yeah, we'd expect a runway 09 arrival with that.
Turkish 1 Charlie Kilo, contact Madeira, frequency 119.6. Turkish 1 Charlie Kilo.
Ah, okay, because you have Amazon Prime, yeah. I think there's more of a culture of subscribing on Twitch than there is of joining as a member on YouTube. It's a fairly new thing to YouTube. But the reason I stopped streaming on Twitch was that once you get to a certain level, which is the level where you can start having subscribers, they suddenly demand exclusivity, so you're not allowed to stream on both platforms. And obviously I have far more YouTube subscribers than Twitch followers, so this is what I'm using.
133.740, speed 2 and over.
Right, we can turn off the engine anti-ice now because we are clear of any cloud. And we can settle in for the flight. I mean, I will if you want, Jason, but I think it might be a better option to just get a train when we land.
Mother, approach 119.6. Thank you for it. Have a good day. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Who's for a wing view?
Turkish 9752, descent
this is
level
just
25.
for you, Jason and Cathal. I know you can't see the wing, that's not the point, you can see the engine. And I'm even going to do a little bit of wing view customization for you.
Turkish 9, discard. Turkish
there you are.
29
Custom wing view.
Hello, identified. Climb flight level 350.
Climbing flight of 350, Turkish 9.
I could, if it wasn't for you, I would totally go to the sofa and sleep a bit. But I think with a flight less than 3 hours long, that's probably a bit cheeky. Indeed, Keffel. You prefer Twitch because it's quicker? Yes, that is the benefit. It's got a lot less of a lag.
Negative.
And you prefer YouTube because largely because you have premium. Okay, yeah. By Jove, a wing, indeed. I'm going to show you another wing in a minute. You won't believe it, but there's actually 2 of them.
November 100 Golf Mike, establish ILS 28 at Faro.
November 100 Golf Mike, thank you. Winds 270 degrees, 20 knots, runway 28, clear flight.
Ooh.
Clear to land runway 28, 100 Golf Mike.
Where's the other wing?
Meal service for the flight. Please refer to the menu given to you on boarding for the 2 meal choices and for the beverage choices available. We request that you keep the aisles clear to assist the flight attendants to serve you efficiently and also for your own safety.
I tell you something that I keep meaning to do but never get round to is apparently in Flight Crew A320 it's possible to replace the default announcements with your own audio files. So I really ought to hunt down some airline audio recordings and bung them in. Well, to be honest, Stephen, I thought you'd be in there for well, either a lot longer or a lot shorter a time than you have been, so you've done well. There are, William, and people can't get enough of them. I mean, they can't get enough of looking at them. Not that they can't, that 2 wings is not enough.
Welcome now, 122 decimal 8, boa tarde.
Monitor Unicom Ryanair A288 to thank you for service and have a nice day.
I'm overdoing it a little bit with it. Isn't there only one, the American captain guy? No, you've got different, you can choose different nationalities, you can choose different accents in Flight Crew A320.
Thank you, bye-bye.
EZY28 Mike, contact Madrid, frequency 133,
It is awesome. Yeah, it is awesome. It's very nice of you all to
can you take
sign
it
up.
for EZY7194?
Disregard. Actually, EZY28 Mike Quebec. Contact Madrid frequency.
I'm going to turn that ATC down even a little bit more.
Contact for 133.750. That's the service EasyJet to Unite.
Welcome, goodbye.
Yeah, I picture whiskey being the main treatment in Scottish hospitals.
463, ready to descend.
Turkish 90463, descent level 250.
Sending flight level 250, Turkish 90463.
I mean, to be, you know, if the viewers want... Well, actually, no, I'm not going to finish that sentence. Yes, most. Sometimes I have to remember that this is a family-friendly channel, and I want it to stay that way. And as you can see, we're just up at just approaching our cruising altitude of flight level 360. Hello, Phil. Called you Phil, but hello, Philip. Welcome to the stream. So now we're up at cruising altitude. I'm going to bring up the map again and show you our route. So we'll get rid of this particular map. Clear some of these windows out the way. And currently we are over Portugal, as you would expect, and we're heading to Abupi, which is this waypoint here. Once we pass that, we'll be heading out over northern Spain, over, well, just to the west is Gijón, as Jason predicted we'd be arriving to the west of the other day. Then up over the Bay of Biscay, over the Brest Peninsula, as I insist on calling it. I'm sure that's not what it's called, but you know what I mean. And then up over the west country of the UK. So we will be coming up near Torquay, in over Exmouth and the River Exe, heading fairly close to Cardiff in Wales. Very similar to the route we flew on a long time ago Bimble around Britain. And then we'll be joining our star just here. And this is the route we're expecting in, which, as you can see, takes us up over Liverpool more or less, and then out and back in again to arrive onto runway 9. So yes, it should be a good flight. And I don't know, for those of you who were on my first ever group, not my first ever group flight, it was probably the second one, wasn't it, that we did. We took off from Carnarvon and we flew VFR around the coast here, and then up the River Mersey and past Liverpool Airport here. So a bit of a trip down memory lane for some of you. I did just say hi, Phil, but yeah, I did.
Trace Yankee Kilo, Lisbon Control, hello, squawk 0576.
Squawk 0576, Yankee Kilo.
I wasn't told to contact Lisbon Control, Madrid Control, was I, Zanis? I haven't missed a message, have I?
Swiss 3 Yankee Kilo identified.
No, I don't think it was for me. It'd be a bit early. Yeah, it probably is just called Brittany. I don't know. It's a part of Brittany, isn't it? I'm not sure. My geography is dreadful.
Bravo arrival, Swiss 3 Yankee Kilo.
It is the Brest Peninsula. Okay, good. There we are. Is that Navigraph? Yes, that was Navigraph. Where's your house, Andy? I don't mean your exact address, obviously, but roughly where's your house? Are you a City of Plane spotter, Stephen? Oh, right. I always worry that I will miss something, especially when I'm not streaming and I'm concentrating on the ATC, it's fine. But when I'm chatting to you lot, I often do miss messages. So I just had a little bit of a panic for a moment, but it's fine, I'm over it now. Cardiff, okay, cool. I don't know if people are keen on this sort of wing view, but I quite like it. Bit of a change. Bit of fresh air during the flight. Hello Jetaway, welcome to the stream, nice to see you. Oh, nice.
69463, contact with approach 119.6, bye bye.
EZY7194, we would you climbing to flight to level 240.
Contact 119.6 Turkish 9463.
Turkish 29 Whiskey, expedite your climb until passing flight level 330.
I don't know if anyone else has noticed this, but there are so many British air traffic controllers on VATSIM, and they end up all over Europe. I had a Brit in France and a Brit in Germany, and now we've got a Brit in Portugal. I don't like it, I want to hear a local accent, that's part of the fun.
Yeah, traffic straight ahead, I'm just taking over. So 11 o'clock range.
Yeah, it is a bit too loud, you're right. Yeah, I think he was some sort of singer, wasn't he?
693, Lisbon Control, radar contact, climb now, flight level 300.
Climbing 300, EZY9193.
How do we feel about a little soothing cruising music?
On the ground at Lisbon, request taxi.
Juliet Echo 906, Lisbon Control, taxi, holding point, Quebec 3, hold short of the uniform.
Taxi from Lisbon Control, point, rate 192 and 146 information, go for request clearance to Dubai.
Yeah, only one of you can talk at once, I need a readback from the Juliet Echo 906.
Quebec 3 and then uniform, Olga 906.
Thanks. Station calling for clearance, pass your message.
Rate 1902.
I can't play any actual Beatles music on the stream because of copyright issues, unfortunately. Hello Richard, yeah, I'm alright, thank you. How are you? Welcome to the stream.
Lufthansa 414, heavy requesting, starting descent.
Lufthansa 414, descent flight level 360 for now.
360.
Alright, do you know, I've only been to Liverpool once. I went for a long weekend with a friend and I really loved it. I thought it was a great city. But yeah, I don't know it at all well.
Hello, you're clear to Dubai, Guy off 7 Sierra departure runway 21, squawk 2156, and the QNH is 1021.
I do like local knowledge, absolutely. I wish you'd been with us when we flew over Liverpool, actually. Might have to redo that leg.
Sierra runway 21, squawk 2156.
Has it? Have you got quite a covering, Andy?
It's 192, readback correct.
Yeah, it's been a long January.
1001, holding short, 21, runway 21 at uniform 5.
Turkish 29, wishing climb now, flight level 350.
Climbing 350, Turkish 29.
Turkish 3 Delta November, descent flight level 250.
Level 250, Delta November.
Lufthansa 114, turn left heading 190 degrees. Lufthansa 414, turn left heading 190 degrees.
Left 190 degrees for Lufthansa 114.
3 kilo rate for defense.
Station calling, call sign out.
3 Yankee Kilo.
3 Yankee Kilo, descent flight level 150.
Flight level 150.
Good, I'm glad. I quite enjoyed that giveaway actually. I might try and do some more in future.
Station 1, Portugal 1901, behind the departing Boeing 788, uniform 5, line up away, runway 21 behind.
I do like local knowledge.
Behind departing traffic, line up.
Oh, sorry, I missed
runway
it.
21.
Lost it, yeah.
Portugal 1901.
Can't do you any Jerry and the Pacemakers either, I'm afraid. I told the story of the Mersey and of that song on the bimble that went over Liverpool, Stephen. But yeah, just can't play copyrighted music. What's Southport like? Is that worth a visit, Sukhoi? All right. Yeah, we had a smattering of snow in London, but it only settled very, very briefly.
Descent, flight level 250.
Yeah, it's sort of 85 knots at the moment.
Negative 250.
Ah, Dazza, I think it's a fantastic airport. The digital design always do fantastic airports. So I think it's going to be better than whatever's released in the World Update. But at the same time, right now, when it's only a couple of weeks to go, I'd probably wait and see.
Line up runway 21 at Portugal 1901.
Torture Boy Filbert, what's that in relation to? Still plays. I know. I heard it on the ferries. Bit naff, but quite nice. I thought it was quite good.
EG6 down at 82.
That's alright, Avnish. You're here in the end. That's what counts.
260. Initial climb, flight level 60. Inclination 21.
Used to be possible.
Sierra departure squawk 2260 flight level 60 EZY7194.
Portugal 1901 is ready for departure.
Oh yes, of course, yeah. Well, we're gone. You can forget about it now, Liam. I do remember Jetaway, yeah, I do. Oh good, I'm glad you're enjoying it. It is a great sim, I'm sure. I've just never got into it myself.
119.6, thank you, bye-bye.
Lufthansa 414 descent flight level 2.
I think in terms of add-ons, X-Plane is probably where Microsoft Flight Simulator will be in, well, 3, 4 or 5 years' time.
It's 6982, push center through, squawk mode, Charlie. Pushko 1901, runway 21, clear takeoff, the wind is 270 degrees, 13 knots.
Oh, I like a red squirrel.
Takeoff, Portugal 1901.
Taxi.
I never think of going up north for a summer holiday, but maybe I should.
Juliet, taxi on in point, uniform 5.
There are some spectacular beaches on there. Well, on both coasts, aren't there? And I've never been. I used to go down to like Cornwall and South Wales occasionally with my parents as a kid and go swimming in the sea there. But yeah, I don't know any beaches north of Wales.
Point uniform 5, 21 by
No. Stop blocking the frequency airport, score 946, contact Madrid, 133.750, bye bye.
133.750, 946, fine.
Swiss 3 Yankee Kilo, proceed direct upcat, descend flight level 100. Swiss 3 Yankee Kilo, proceed direct upcat.
Oh, good. Glad it's running smoothly for you.
Descend 150 Yankee.
Yeah, I don't think. I mean, I'm not that fussed about swimming in the sea around the UK at all anymore, Stephen. To be honest with you. But as a kid, it was amazing. It was the most exciting thing ever.
Portugal 1901, identified, climb flight level 240.
That is all we got this year, probably. Yeah.
Climb flight level 240, Portugal 1901.
Yeah, I'd like to go to Northumberland. I've got a friend from round that way. I can't remember where exactly. I'd like to see the North York Moors. I'd like to see, you know, the Peak District. I've been to the Lake District, but I haven't seen much of it. There's a lot of spectacular scenery. A lot of which I've only explored from the air in a pretend plane. So yeah, I should see a bit more of it.
Go 466 to contact Madrid radar 133.750, bye-bye. Portugal 466 to contact Madrid radar 133.750, bye-bye.
133.750, Portugal 466, thanks, bye.
Yeah, I met a woman on a train who was from New Brighton.
1715, runway 21, clear takeoff, the wind is 270 degrees, 13 knots. Juliet Echo 906 behind the departing Boeing 7378 via Uniform 5, line up and wait, runway 21 behind.
I was at the spot in the traffic, line up and wait, runway 21 behind. Hold the service.
Oh, that does sound good, Steve. I would love... I don't know, I'm a bit too much of a wuss for a motorbike or a scooter, I think. I used to be a paramedic and I just saw too many awful things to actually want one, but I can see the appeal. Konnichiwa, Puchan. Nice to see you. Welcome to the stream.
Score 1901, proceed to Delhi 8 Alpha arrival.
Just going to get the next frequency tuned in, which should be Madrid radar 133.75.
Portugal 1901.
Lisbon Control, good afternoon, EZY125 with you, flight level 290.
Oh, that's a real shame.
Inbound, Charlie.
I think Lidos are more popular than ever at the moment.
EZY125, Lisbon
We had one near where I grew up, which was filled in and turned into a garden centre. It was nothing special. But, yeah, it was well used in the summer.
8-bit 7 Bravo, runway 21, EZY125.
Extinct, I'm ever so sorry, I'm going to get rid of you because you were quite rude yesterday and your contributions haven't been terribly productive today either. Hello Pedro, welcome to the stream. Can I leave the download link of the bar where it says the speed of the aeroplane? Yes, I can, but be aware that this is just a streaming overlay, so I can't see it as I'm flying. Matthew, welcome, I'm glad you've made it. Yeah, this is what it's all about. This is what I enjoy doing the most, these live streams. The reviews are useful to people and they bring in the subscribers, but yeah, this is what it's all about.
Go 1715 identified, climb down, flight level 240.
So this is the link to Bene Overlay, which is what I use. Hello, Tesswort, nice to see you. Welcome to the stream. Yeah, Spain does have pretty spectacular scenery. I don't know. I think the UK is a pretty beautiful place. It's not got perhaps some of the breathtaking views that you get in other countries, but it's the sort of place where you can drive through miles of countryside and see pretty fields and hedges and dry stone walls, and yeah, it's got some unspoilt beauty that I really like. Hello, Ollie boy. Yes, so this plane is from the Liveries Mega Pack. I'll find a link for you. So they've made an installer these days, which makes it very easy. You just click on the livery, and yeah, it just installs it for you. So it couldn't be easier. If I can find it, There it is.
Turkish 9408, descend flight level 250. Turkish 9408, descend flight level 250.
Wow, that's a long time to wait. I know Jason's been having issues with getting hold of hardware. I did as well. I had to wait 2 months for my new Thrustmaster, but yeah, it's a sorry state at the moment, the hardware market. Does it look good? I haven't seen Just Sims Helsinki, but I've heard some fairly good things about it, so I might check it out.
Ready.
Roger.
Yeah, EasyJet is pretty good. It is pretty good. It's probably almost as good as British Airways these days. I'm just going to nip off for 2 minutes because I think there's someone at the door. I'll be back shortly.
Turkish 7180 report back number. Yankee Kilo descent to full fast feet, QNH is 1021. Fly up, cat cleared, Alice approach, relay 21.
Descent 4,000 feet, QNH 1021. Via Upka, clear ILS runway 21, report stop pursuit. 3 Yankee Kilo.
I was wrong, there was nobody at the door. I don't know what I think I heard. Shut down engine please. No, I'm sorry Nazar, I don't do that sort of thing. Try and keep it real. It's grease for me.
EZY125, when ready, descend flight level 100.
When ready, flight level 100, EZY125.
And EZY125, proceed direct upcat and expect to be at upcat.
This is where the turbulence was and all the way to Guion. Oh right, okay. Well, we'll keep an eye on it. Yeah, I know what you mean, Sukhoi. It is a bit Christmas adverty. How long till landing?
Run up to 1, take a jet.
So our ETA is 13:05 Zulu, which is in just over 2 hours.
Radio check, please.
Stand by, all stations stand by.
What's the different stream? Oh, has it? In what way, El Diablito? What have they done with it? Because to be honest, I've never used it, but if they've improved it, then I might take a look. Just seen a post that FS2 crew is coming for the CRJ. Yes, I'm sure it will.
Arriving into Madeira, expect runway 05.
Yeah, I'm sure it will. They did it for the P3D version, I think.
Issue calling for radio check, call sign only.
So I don't know Greece well. I've been to Santorini, which was lovely, and I've been to... Where did I go? Into Rhodes briefly for a day trip from Turkey, which was nice. I am. I didn't sleep very well last night. How do you move around the cockpit? So by default, you right click and drag to look around like that, and then you use the cursor keys to move left and right, up and down. You can. I've actually done a video on setting views, setting custom camera views, if you're interested.
EZY6992 requesting taxi.
Oh, Matthew, you're very welcome. I'm glad you found them helpful.
EZY6982.
EZY6982, Squawk Mode Charlie.
Hello, Pratham. Welcome to the stream. Nice to have you here. Yeah, it takes a while to download, Andy, but it's not difficult. There were a few teething problems, but I believe these have been fixed now, so should be all right.
Runway 21 via Zulu 3 Mike Quebec uniform.
Any tips if the game crashes mid-game? I would recommend clearing everything out of your community folder and then adding the things in one at a time to see if you can find out what it is that's causing the problem. So no, it depends, Andy, whether you buy it from Steam or the Microsoft Store, but both are pretty straightforward. My only tip for installation would be to make sure it doesn't matter where the main program goes, but when it asks you where you want to download your data to during the installation, make sure you pick a folder that, on a disk that has plenty of room, because that's the big download, not the app itself.
Previous station calling, call sign only.
Emirates 193.
Yeah, I'd like to visit more
Emirates 192.
More Greek islands as well.
Squawk mode Charlie.
The showcase drone camera, what do I use to move? No, I've got the axes of my joystick assigned to the different drone options in the settings. Wojciech, welcome to the stream. I don't speak any Polish, I'm sorry.
Charlie 697,
do I know it's a lot easier to fly to Manchester and get the train? No, I didn't know that. I didn't know that at all. 40 quid to go into the city, that's almost, well, it is as bad as going in from one of the London airports.
Madeira, the against 7 parking, 181, skull code 0516.
Remember Charlie 697, evacuate, break, Turkish 9408, expect Germany 05, contact Madeira approach 119.6, bye bye.
Air Portugal 1901 is ready for descent.
Emirates 192, ready for push and start.
I'm sorry, Wojciech, I have no Polish at all. Sorry.
Calling, stand by. Emirates 192, push and start approved, facing north.
Push and start approved, facing north, Emirates 192.
Iber Express 384, can we have an early frequency change or can we step out to the 10?
Oh, it's easier for you, but not necessarily in general if you're going into Liverpool, you mean?
Station calling, report your location. Oh, you can monitor Unicom 122.8 using the sector, bye bye.
Thanks, going to Unicom 122.8, Tiber 384. Stop.
Turkish Hotel, maintaining 6000.
Portugal 1901, descent flight level 100.
Yeah, it's true. I suppose they get a fair bit of practice, Sukhoi.
Descent flight level 100 at Portugal 1901.
Yeah, Turkish 9 Tango Juliet, you were cleared to 240, climb now, flight level 240.
240, Turkish 9 Tango Juliet, we were cleared for 6000.
Turkish 2, Papa Kilo. Turkish 2, Papa Kilo, I've already cleared you, climb flight level 320.
Climbing 320, Charlotte Airport, Portugal 1946, at Lisbon, requesting DC clearance to port of flight level 240.
Station calling, stand by.
Solga 906. 3 Yankee Kilo, established. Solga 906.
Yep, stand by. Swish 3 Yankee Kilo, runway 21, clear to land. The wind is...
Matthew, it takes a bit of getting used to. Hello, Maria Luft. I know it's not you, it's your son. I've forgotten your name though, I'm sorry.
Jetbase 906, continue climb flight level 300.
Flight level 300, and just to let you know,
that sounds like an incredible experience.
I can see on the radar that
which islands did you visit? Oh, just little unnamed ones, was it?
Yeah, I'm aware of this. It's absolutely fine.
Yeah, so in terms of using VATSIM, I suppose I've been using offline ATC add-ons for quite a long time. Then I did a lot of listening. It took me a while to pluck up the courage, but and I still make mistakes. But most of the controllers are quite tolerant, and once you get into it, it does just add another level of realism.
Chicago Control, this is Bravo Alpha Whiskey 521, requesting radio check.
You took an airport tour of Liverpool, out round the airside base. That sounds amazing.
Speedbird 521, roger, thank you.
Oh, okay. Maybe it really has improved then, LDO. The only thing that puts me off it is the fact that it displays the same weather everywhere, and if they work around that, then I might well be tempted. Alright, so quite nice to see you. See you in a bit. Oliver, that's right. Welcome, Oliver.
Stand by, station calling at Porto, call sign only. Vessel 3458, Lisbon Control, hello, you cleared to the near Ascot 1 Remy departure, runway 17, squawk 2162, climb initially, flight level 100.
So we've got a little bit of a gap in ATC coverage over France, but we've got some London controllers on. And we've got control an approach controller on Liverpool.
750, bye-bye. 91 Lima Alpha, contact Madrid 133.750, bye-bye.
Madrid on 133.750, Easy 91 Lima Alpha. Thank you, bye-bye.
Control 946 on the standby for the clearance.
Yeah, I can only speak to one person at a time.
Yeah, I request you 5 minutes ago and you gave the clearance to another aircraft,
let's listen
so
to this
I thought that
first.
you might have forgot this. Thank you.
Lisbon Control, go left is Ryanair 7033.
Yeah, blocked. Turkish Southern 18, Christian, Southern 180.
Okay, we'll switch to Madrid now. What do they call themselves? Madrid radar. Madrid radar, buenos dias, EZY91 Lima Alpha, approaching Abupi, flight level 360.
EZY91 Lima Alpha, radar contact 360, flight direct Loti.
Direct Locky for EZ91 Lima Alpha. Another little shortcut. Slightly concerned by the fact that the line suddenly disappeared. What is going on here?
Pues 021 Whisky, entiendo que sí, el viento 25011, rastras 29, la 21 y puede esperar la Londa 2 Alfa.
Something very odd happened there, didn't it? I said direct to Lottie and it's drawn a line from somewhere else to Lottie that is not our present position. Let's try doing that again. Well, it seems to be sort of flying in the right direction, doesn't it?
Possible to leave the cockpit for about 5 minutes for the 17 limit.
Yes, this is the fly-by-wire
You are
mod, yeah.
released from Madrid, contact initially Barcelona.
Hello John, welcome to the stream.
The 5 minutes with them on 132.
Oh, thank you, Mathis. It's very kind of you. Very kind of you to say so. I do cock things up on a regular basis, I assure you. But, I've been at it a long time. No, not the hat. The actual stick. So I move the stick left to move the drone left, and so on. And there's a key that alternates between controlling the drone and controlling the aircraft. That does sound a lot of fun, Jetaway. When I was a paramedic, there were a few occasions when I got to drive an ambulance airside at Heathrow, and that was the most exciting thing ever. And there was one occasion where, so normally you get a follow me vehicle, right? But if it's an emergency, sometimes you don't, or they're too slow or whatever. So there was one occasion where we had a patient on board and we needed to get off the airport, and a first officer on board, a British Airways A320, waved me across the taxiway in front of him, which was incredible. Yes, I mean, I come from a Microsoft Flight Simulator background, so I started with Flight Sim for Windows 95, which gives you some idea how long I've been at this. And I have tried X-Plane, but I've never really taken to it like I did with the Microsoft Sims. I don't know why. Nothing inherently wrong with it. I think just couldn't get used to it. Oh, okay. Maybe it's just a little glitch in the current version of the mod.
Iberia 3790 alcanzando nivel de vuelo 300.
Iberia 3790 puede continuar el ascenso a nivel de vuelo 360 y puede volar también de presente directos de loco.
Continuamos para 360 directos de loco, Iberia 3790, muchas gracias.
Yes, 1 or 2. So we've crossed the border into Spain now, and I'm just trying to work out what that little town is that we can see down there. Could be Benavente, potentially. Looks like that's a little bit further off. Yeah, so it's really not taking us direct to Lottie, is it? But hopefully it'll intercept this line and then we'll be heading more in the right direction. Ah, you like United Airlines, Wojciech? I've never flown on United Airlines. But yeah, I haven't heard great things, I don't think. Ooh, here's that turbulence you were talking about, Jason.
Control, good afternoon. Oman 25 Zulu, flight level 340.
Maybe it was just a single bump. I don't know.
25 Zulu, I call you, 1 second.
Yeah, I did do a little tutorial on getting the A320 set up from cold and dark to being ready to fly. But I was going to carry on, but that just took me too long. So yeah, feel free to have a look at that. And there are lots of other great tutorials out there. But yeah, you can also just watch what I'm up to and pick it up that way.
Oman 25 Zulu, radar contact 340. You need to change flight level, 35 or 37?
We would prefer 350, Oman 25 Zulu.
Roger, climb and maintain
I've never flown with LOT either.
And you can recycle also the squawk.
My favourite airline that I've ever flown on is Asiana. That was a very nice experience both times. Oh, good. Thank you, Matthew.
Iberia 3790, Madrid.
Adelante para Iberia 3790.
¿Le ha llegado algo por CPDLC? Porque aquí me sale como si ha salido un mensaje.
Pues la verdad es que no, Iberia 3790 está como...
Yeah, I'm sort of wondering if we should request a climb, but
y lo que parece desde el avión por lo menos es que falta que usted acepte, no sé si es que no se está conectando bien o no lo entiendo.
Oh wow, yes, I hadn't noticed the crosswind.
Sí, es raro, porque strong. Aquí el CPDLC lo acabo de chequear y está comprobado, un momento.
Oh, thanks, Jedway. Yeah, I enjoy the interaction a lot more. Well, I enjoy the live streams because of the interaction more than making the videos.
Bravo, descent flight level 110.
Descent flight level 110, Volatility 35 Alpha Bravo.
Madrid Center, Air Serbia 905, 370, inbound Mums.
Serbia 905, radar contact 370, flight Timos.
Direct Timos, 905.
Yeah, the Boeing 787s are all very nice aircraft to fly on.
That was direct Timos, 905, sorry.
Correct.
Yeah, the print is a pretty cool feature. They keep adding things as well. Just when you get the hang of everything that's already working, they add something new.
En el prepar, o sea, en el FSLabs. Por lo tanto, yo entiendo que lo que le falta es que cuando yo le mando la notificación, a usted le aparezca y la pueda aceptar. Eso es lo que yo entiendo de Iberia 379.
Sí, copiado. Estamos aquí con la configuración, repasando otra vez el tutorial. Vamos a intentarlo, gracias.
Vale, pues nada, si necesitan algo nos lo comunican. Iberia 379.
Perfecto, yo lo aviso ahora, gracias. I call you back in 2 minutes.
I never got to go on BMI, baby. What was good about it? What if they put an iPad in the cockpit and as a PFD? I mean, I've got a slight. Oh wow, yeah, I didn't notice that. I didn't notice that. See what I mean? You just get used to everything that is working, and then something else pops up. But yeah, it doesn't look like it does anything yet. That will be a cool feature, though. Didn't even know it was there. I think that's been on Ryanair's wish list for a long time, Steve.
For clearance at Madrid.
Oh, thank you very much, Matthew. Thanks for the donation.
Viking 9044, hello. Copy clearance. Golf Victor November Papa by the 14 right, the Towas 1 Sierra, climb initially 13,000, the squawk 4441.
And a very belated pop-up.
9044, read back correct. EZY72 Bravo Delta, thanks for your help. Contact now Lisbon 125.
Oh, don't worry, Matthew. Every little helps. I really appreciate it.
12555 Lisbon for EZY72 Bravo Delta. Thank you. Bye bye.
You can see our track down here is 15 degrees to the right of the heading we're flying, and that's because of this incredibly strong cross/headwind here.
Good afternoon, Madrid radar, Tomjet 2742 at flight level 390 inbound.
It's a good idea, Jason. It's a good idea.
Tomjet 2742, Madrid, buenas, radar, contact flight level 390, fly direct Carissa.
Oops.
read radar, good
It's pretty
day,
cool, isn't it?
792
It's pretty
units
cool.
from with you, flight level
I've never flown
390.
Lufthansa either. I don't know why.
Fly direct.
I guess I'm a bit too cheap to fly Lufthansa.
Fly direct, Chris. Tomjet 2742.
Correct. Transavia 92 uniform. Hello, radar contact. Flight level 390.
They've done a much better job of the interior modelling and texturing of the A320 than they have the CJ4. I love flying the CJ4, but it has really jagged window edges, unfortunately. Oh, nice. Yeah, cabins just used to be better, didn't they? I guess I haven't flown to Germany for about, 10 years now, maybe? And 10 years ago, I would have gone for the cheapest, even if that meant Ryanair. But next time I might cough up for a little bit of Lufthansa luxury. They're definitely the best airline in Europe, aren't they?
Estamos listos para el descenso. Iberia 021 Whisky.
Iberia 021 Whisky, descenso a nivel de vuelo 250.
Descenso para nivel de vuelo 250.
Yeah, that is nice. Goodness me, this weather's atrocious. Very strange altitude constraint at Lottie, I don't know why.
River 326, hello, radar contact 350.
Continue 350, speed that.
Once flew to St. Petersburg in a snowstorm in January in a twin prop. Wow, yeah, I bet it was. I bet it was better than Alton Towers. What's your local airport, Jetaway? Can't think where BMI Baby were based. I'm going to say somewhere up north, but I'm not sure.
Madrid radar, EZY7194. Good afternoon. Flight level 350 inbound VATSIM.
Yeah, I see. I don't mind a bit of bumping here and there, but I don't like severe turbulence at all.
Direct to Chris for EZY9923.
Well, good afternoon. You can take a jet medallion 340
just heading out over the sea.
Requesting out of cockpit 5 minutes if possible.
Turkish
That's right, East
hello,
Midlands. I
radar
did know
contact,
that.
flight level 340, flight direct Ponen, and that's approved.
Direct Ponen, you can start any jet.
No worries, Jason. See you in a bit. Enjoy your lunch. My PC specs are down in the description, in the video description, Matthew. But basically, i7-8700K, 32 gigs of RAM, and a 1080 Ti graphics card.
Start up approved 2469.
That's up straight 2469.
Yeah, that sounds grim, Stu. That sounds grim. I've never been to the Isle of Man either.
Madrid, del 7 Papa Uniform.
So I'm just having a look at what's arriving into Liverpool at the moment. Got a flight from Sombra. An EasyJet flight from Malaga. An EasyJet flight from Jersey. MD-959. Don't know that call sign. It's an EA50 from Lyon. And we've got a VDA 4275 from Bratislava in an IL-76. Interesting.
35 Alpha Bravo, my mistake. The transition level 75, 7,000 feet.
I think we'll probably be there after all of them.
Done 7,000 feet, 1007, volunteer 35 Alpha Bravo.
Yeah, I used to do a reasonable amount of, you know, just jumping on the cheapest Ryanair flight and going somewhere for the weekend. Thanks, Matthew. It's a couple of, well, it's 3 or 4 years old now, but it's done better than I thought it would with this sim.
Buenas tardes, Madrid Control, Iberia 3911 en nivel de vuelo 340 con usted.
Iberia llamando, confirmo indicativo.
Iberia 3911.
Te llamo ahora, break break. Iberia 021 Whisky, continúa el descenso a nivel de vuelo 80.
Descenso para nivel de vuelo 80, Iberia 021 Whisky.
Todos los tráficos, en 2 minutos. Estoy de vuelta. I'm back.
Request leave the cockpit for 10 minutes, Soma 250.
250, copy that.
I need to leave the cockpit for a couple of minutes as well, but I'm going to wait until we get out of Madrid's area of control.
Viking 9044, push stand approved facing north.
Push stand approved facing north, Viking 9044.
Salam alaikum, Danny. Welcome to the stream. How are you doing?
North Trans 2469er by gate 4 Alpha holding point 14 right.
So we are over the Bay of Biscay now, and you'll notice it's smoothed out, which is what I was hoping for over the sea.
Reset 4414, your squawk.
4414, please.
So we've nearly reached Lottie, which appears to be roughly on the edge of the Lisbon FIR. So we'll probably get a little bit of Unicom as we fly over the Bay of Biscay and Brest.
3911 Madrid.
And then we'll be back in touch with them when we get over the UK.
Buenas, contacto a radar 340, puede volar directo Sotuk.
Directo Sotuk, Iberia Express 3911.
Madrid, Turkey, good evening, Emirates 192, parking for level 290, clock 350, inbound, last seat for busy.
Emirates 192, hello, radar contact, continue climb flight level 330, initially due to traffic.
Oh, that sounds
you
awful.
Can fly from present position, direct cargo.
What happened in the flight to cause the panic attack? Was it just sort of hunger and general dislike of being in the plane?
Again, please. Yes, climb flight level 330, initially 330, flight cargo.
Climb 330, proceed direct.
That's a hell of a trip, Stephen. That's a hell of a trip.
Emirates 192.
Was the car worth it?
Maroc 803, hello, radar contact 380. You need to change flight level 39
I think we can turn the seatbelt sign off now.
390.
Roger, 3803, climb flight level 390.
Flight 390, gracias.
Oh wow. Yeah, that's a long day. That's the definition of a long day.
Yeah, you can take in air, go to Alpha holding point 1 for right. Okay, so it's on your left, go 2 for holding point Alpha, runway 14 right, 904.
What's that? 35 Alpha Bravo, request service, sir.
Five Alpha Bravo, continue descent 6,000 feet, clear ILS Zulu 30.
Down 6,000, clear the ILS Zulu 30 for Voltaire 35 Alpha Bravo.
Madrid radar, good afternoon, Emirates 5 Alpha Mike with you, flight level 380, past descent.
Emirates 5 Alpha Mike, hello, radar contact, flight level 380, descend initially flight level 250, expect 18 right.
Initial descent, flight level 250, will expect runway 18 right, Emirates 5 Alpha Mike.
Pity about all the cloud, isn't it? Same on the way down. I was hoping we might have clear skies today. It was quite clear here earlier, but there we go.
And Emirates 5 Alpha Mike, you're...
Hello there, Garlic Games. Welcome. Nice to see you back where you belong. How are things?
ASM, yeah, Prado 7 Echo would be very good for us, Emirates 5 Alpha Mike.
Avia 902 uniform, Lisbon 125.55.
Yeah, it's all going all right, William. The air's smoothed out a little bit. Now we're over the Bay of Biscay. We're shortly going to be leaving the Lisbon FIR, and then I'm going to take a 2-minute break.
Unicorn 122.8, Portugal 46 Victor, thanks, bye.
Trans 2469er.
But it seems a bit pointless to ask them for a request to leave the cockpit right now when we're so close to the edge of their area of control.
Air Tribune 905, we kind of missed our descent, so we're descending.
Roger, descend flight level 980, you're released from Madrid, Unicorn 1228, bye-bye.
Bye-bye, thank you, 905.
Jet 1 Alpha Charlie, you are released from Madrid, 122.8, bye-bye.
122.8, Jet 1 Alpha Charlie, thanks for your service, good afternoon.
having a look at where these aircraft are that are leaving his airspace together.
Vueling 3936, Vueling 3936, contact Barcelona.
There are a lot of aircraft in the sky today.
Vueling
So has anyone had a look at Volante yet?
36, contacting Barcelona, thank you for service, bye bye.
Iberia 3790, Mari.
Adelante para Iberia 3790.
Oh, sorry, I've missed quite a few messages here, haven't I?
Y el problema es que no está el módulo del CPDLC, está solamente el de data link, por eso no iba.
Yeah, I've had flights like that, Jetaway, where I've just felt like everything was going wrong with no real basis for that.
Iberia 3790. Hasta luego.
Hasta luego, break, Iberia 021 Whiskey, descenso altitud 6000 pies, el QNH en
How far into flight are you, William?
1010, utilizamos ILS Zulu, pista 21.
It looks good. I had a little play with it last night, but I think the servers were so overloaded that I couldn't actually make it do anything. Don't know. I'll certainly go back to it and have another look.
Emirates 5 Alpha Mike, route direct Moscow.
Direct Moscow, Emirates 5 Alpha Mike.
EZY91 Lima Alpha, you are released from Madrid, 122.8, good flight.
122.8 for EZY91 Lima Alpha, muchas gracias, ciao.
Adios, break, Volotea 35 Alpha Bravo.
Right, over to Unicom, and I'm going to take a 5-minute break and I'll be back very shortly. 60 nautical miles from Jersey, okay, not far then, not far. And I'm back. What have I missed? Oh yes, your South African hell. Yeah, there's nothing worse than being trapped on a plane with someone who's kicking off. I've been there. And I don't blame you for dosing yourself up for the return. Thank you. For some reason, Navigraph has stopped showing me where we are, which is a shame because it's quite useful. I was going to show you where we are, and apparently I'm not allowed. Let's try loading Symlink again. It was definitely running before. Ah yes, here we are, that's working now. Right, I'll show you our progress. We are almost halfway there. There it is. So as you can see, we are about halfway from the northern coast of Spain and the Brest Peninsula. And then we'll just be heading further north over the English Channel and up to Liverpool. And I'll show you our arrival route while we're here. We are expecting the... oh, I can't remember what we're expecting now. Hang on. Ah, yes, the Tipod 1 Juliet arrival. Which is... where is Tipod? Tipod 1 Juliet. These are our descent planning. And so we go to Monty, intercept the WOL Radial 184 inbound via Kegon to Wal. So we're going up here. And we're turning left to Barros. And then this should bring us in to Tipod, maximum 210 knots. And then we'll be hopefully approaching from the west onto runway 9. So hopefully I can set that up in here. Approaches, we'll do the ILS runway 9 via, I can't remember. It's our final waypoint. Tipod. Honestly, I'm a little bit tired today. So ILS runway 9 doesn't have Tipod as an option. That's interesting. Let's click a few things and see what happens. Perhaps we go straight direct to final. I guess we might expect vectors from Tipod if there's ATC on. See what happens. Perhaps have a look at the charts. Yeah, not via Wrexham, I don't think. So let's have a little look at the charts. I'll go through this as I do it. I normally do it on my iPad, but... So, NDB, ILS, DME runway 9. So we've got a direct arrival from the northwest here. Subject to Manchester ATC. Now that to me looks like we could expect to follow that from Tipod, doesn't it? But it's not shown on the chart, which is interesting. Yeah, I imagine we'll be cleared from Tipod to the approach and perhaps follow this arc, perhaps not. We'll see what happens, it'll be interesting. We'll discover together what arrivals into Liverpool look like, because I've not done one before. Ah, let me see, what have I missed? Quite a lot, sorry. Can't be the pill and glass of wine magic potion. Absolutely. Am I able to explain a few things as I go? Yes, of course. Yeah. Ask away, Matthew. I'll do my very best. Am I a real pilot, trainee pilot, or just love simulators? I mostly just love simulators. I was working towards my PPL, but I stopped after about 15 hours. I'd like to go back to it, but I've done a lot more flying in sims than I have in the real world. Is the in-game VFR map handy? It's not very detailed in my opinion. I very, very rarely use it. I'll show you what it looks like. So it's got our route on there, and we can see our waypoints. So it's useful to that extent, but we don't have anything like sector minimum altitudes or nav aids or anything like that. Anything that we used to have in previous sims on the in-game maps, we don't have. So yeah, I don't tend to use it. Ooh, would I fly the Max? I'd rather not, if I'm honest. I'm pretty sure they will fix it, and I'm pretty sure it will be safe, but I can't imagine me ever relaxing on one, so I'd rather not. I didn't know Ryanair was replacing the whole fleet with them. That's a big move. Navigraph's doing a beta at the moment for its MSFS data, and I've tried it out. I haven't tried it for a long time, to be fair, but when I was using it, it fixed some things, but other things didn't work so well. And I think the NavBlue data is a lot better than it used to be. So I haven't really found a need to try it out lately. But yeah, it is still beta. Which payware versions did you use, Stephen? I used to fly the PMDG 737 and the FS Labs Airbus, and I really liked both of them, but I preferred the FS Labs. It's just incredible the amount of money that these companies have, isn't it? That Boeing has, that it can afford for an entire fleet to be grounded for that long. I presume Boeing are liable rather than the airlines. It is expensive, I know. It was better when we had lots of add-ons that needed it for their FMCs and MCDUs and things, but when you're exclusively flying in MSFS and you've already got decent nav data, you're essentially just paying for charts. PMDG, yeah. I see there's a Jersey approach frequency online. It's unusual. Maybe we can hear William if we tune it in. Let's have a little listen. There's nothing happening on Unicom at the moment, is there? Actually, I don't even know if William's flying on that on VATSIM. It's cheaper to replace the planes and maintain old ones. Yeah, I can imagine that. Oh, that's interesting. So they've sold them back to Boeing, have they? And are leasing them from Boeing. How much RAM is currently being used while I stream? That's a good question. Let me try and find out the answer. So process lasso shows me a graph, but it doesn't actually seem to give a figure. Oh yes it does, so 47%, so almost 16 gigabytes. Yeah, I've got 32 gigs of RAM, so yeah, almost 16. That's interesting. How does the Zebo mod compare with PMDG's 737s? Because I've never, as I say, I've never really flown in X-Plane. Hello DJ Skies, welcome to the stream. Okay. So they're selling them on or back. Interesting. Not a lot going on with Jersey approach, but we might not be within range yet. In fact, we're almost definitely not. May as well turn back to Unicom, which is where we should be. Yeah, I bought 32 gigabytes of RAM when I got this computer made, and I wasn't sure if I really needed it, but I got it to future-proof it, basically, and I'm glad I did. Just having a look at which London control sectors are online, because it's quite confusing sometimes knowing which one you're supposed to contact, and it doesn't show up properly in vPilot, it just shows one big blob. So we have at the moment London North Centre and London SC Centre, which covers London South Centre and London Central Centre. So initially we'll probably be contacting London SC Centre on 132.6, and then I imagine we'll be handed over to London North Centre, and I think, strangely, because I think there isn't a Manchester Centre in VATSIM, I think that covers Liverpool. Yes, it does. So yeah, we should, hopefully, once we make the UK, we should have full ATC coverage all the way, so that'll be nice. I think the 737 was probably the airliner that we all started off with, wasn't it, in flight simulators, except people who are just coming to them now. Because it was a default in Microsoft going back a long way, and in X-Plane going back quite a long way, I think. So yeah, I'll always have a soft spot to it, for it. Really? That's interesting. Just goes to show you how much better the freeware community for X-Plane is than the freeware community for FSX and P3D, I guess. But I do think we're getting the best of both worlds here. We're getting all the X-Plane developers and all of the old FSX developers coming and working on stuff for this sim, which is really good. Pretty sure someone's working on an A350, but I can't remember who. And I can't remember where exactly it is in its development. That's right. Project 350. This was posted on the official forums back in October. And don't know if it's still going. I've just looked at the Sim4Flight website and there's no obvious mention of it. We'll see. I'm sure it'll be done at some point, certainly. You ordered a PC with 16 gigs and it only came with 8. That's not okay. Hope you complained. What, the A350's due at the end of the year, Stephen? That would be amazing. Welcome, Jason. Yes, welcome back even. Yeah, it totally will. It totally will be the best. I'm pretty sure of that. Yeah, the A380 is very exciting too. Do you know, in previous sims there have been so many people saying they're working on A380s, both payware and freeware, and none of them has materialised. And if anyone else other than Fly-by-Wire had said, oh, we're doing an A380, I'd have rolled my eyes and said, yeah, I'll believe it when I see it. But I do believe they'll do it, and I believe it'll be good. Yes, aircraft. We've heard a lot from Aircraft Megapack, haven't we? So if you have the installer, you can go into the installer and then choose the dev version instead, and it'll just overwrite your stable version. So it's pretty easy. I've been using the dev versions for a very, very long time, and I very rarely run into any problems with them. So they're, yeah, you know, generally pretty stable. I have 2 chill out classical playlists, this one and the one we listened to last time from Epidemic Sound. I might try and expand my my range a little bit. But yeah, I like it. It's crazy how good it runs on low-end systems. I know. I was honestly expecting a stutterfest with my system, which isn't significant. Well, it's got more RAM, but I've only got a 1080 Ti. It's still quite an old system in the grand scheme of things. But from day one, it's just been really smooth, smoother than P3D ever ran, even with a lot of add-ons installed. But we'll see how it performs with payware aircraft. That might be the time when I have to start thinking about upgrading, I think. Yeah. I think this is pretty inoffensive, you know, it's not the most exciting music, but I can talk over it, it's relaxing. A lot of people just like having this on in the background and watching it while they get on with other things, so I think it's probably got the broadest appeal. See how we're doing. So our ETA is now 12:53, which is a lot earlier than planned, which is good. It's now 12:05, so we've got about 50 minutes to go, something like that. Yes, computers and joysticks and yokes and all the rest of it, for sure. My yoke packed up, sorry, my stick rather, packed up not long after this came out. And I ordered another one, had to wait 2 months for it. And in the meantime, I had to take my stick apart and fiddle around to try and get the twist axis working again. Which is not the sort of thing I enjoy doing, but I managed to do it, I just broke 2 buttons in the process. So I had to use key assignments instead, but it could have been worse. Have I been out on my bike? No, not for a while. No, I'm just... I think I will again soon, now case numbers are coming down, but I've been at home, other than when I go to work, and it's been too icy to cycle to work. But I'm back in tomorrow, Tuesday and Wednesday, and I think, if I remember rightly, the weather looked a little better. Yes, I'll probably cycle in tomorrow, which will do me some good. Okay, Jetaway, nice to see you, and yeah, see you in a bit. Yeah, it is a little bit elevator music-ish, I know. I think it's nicer though than your average elevator music. Yanola, good morning, how are you? Hello Christopher, how was it? Did it work? Do I have some short flight routes to share with you? Gosh, well, there are quite a lot of good real-world short routes within the UK, so you can fly any of the London airports to Manchester, to Glasgow if you want something a bit longer, Inverness. They're all good fun. Or are you talking more about VFR routes? What sort of thing are you after? What do I do for work? I work for the railway as an operations manager. Yeah, I think there's a lot of people who have been left with dodgy sticks and unable to replace them. Oh, okay. Well, the main thing is that the stick worked. Yeah, throttle is quite useful as well. But I, on balance, didn't mind having broken my buttons, because at least I could use the keyboard instead for them without too much issue. It was the flaps buttons that I broke. Oh nice, only 2 days, good. Well, I've got 3 days, Jason, but then I have a week off, so I'm very much looking forward to that. No problem at all, Stephen. See you again, I hope. Oh, you did well, Christopher. You were lucky, I think. Okie dokie, Garlic. Well, nice to see you, and see you on the next one. It is a bit Richard Claderman, yes, indeed. Written down IFR routes to fly an X-plane. I don't have any to hand, but I mean, it's very easy to plan your own routes to fly in X-plane. Yeah. If you go to simbrief.com, then you can plan a realistic IFR flight route, often a flight the same route that's flown in the real world, and then just import it. The EFB isn't operational in this dev version. I didn't even know it was there until someone mentioned it, but I am a couple of days out of date, so I don't know if it may be by now. I haven't heard anything though. Oh, okay, yeah, I can imagine that being a bit weird in an A320. I tell you what, Yana, let me have a look in my archive of routes, and maybe I can dig something out for you that I think will be good. I had a little clear out lately, so I'm not too sure what I've got in there, but we'll see. Here we are. Heathrow to Inverness, I can cut and paste for you. Oh, that's irritating. The PDF doesn't seem to... Oh yeah, it will let me select stuff, that's alright. That's Heathrow to Inverness. This is Inverness to Heathrow. But honestly, go to SimBrief, you can plan any route you like really, really easily. You always worry about VATSIM because it's super scary. well, my advice would be, firstly, you know, watch streams by me and other people who know as much or as more than I do about VATSIM. Go and observe on various frequencies. And then when you feel ready again, just dive in. I think everyone makes the right mess of it when they start. It's just one of those things, you get used to it. There's something about sticks that only use force as you can fly them by squeezing your hand in different ways. Yeah, I remember. I used to have Microsoft Sidewinder Force Feedback Pro, and I loved it. It was, yeah, and I did do that. Well, or rather, I sort of rested my hand on the base and then just moved the stick. I don't think that's quite what you're saying, but it was handy. It's a bit grey and cold in Liverpool, 3 degrees and moderate easterly. Right. Yeah, I expected it might be a bit grim. Yeah, that's right. I turn off in-game ATC, sure. Oh, no problem, Yenna, no problem. So I wonder if we should start setting up for our arrival, perhaps. How far off are we? 305 nautical miles. Yeah, we probably should. Let me just check the ATC coverage again. Okay, yeah, so we've still got full ATC coverage at the moment. We're not over the south coast just yet, no. I'll show you where we are on the Navigraph map. So we are just beyond the north coast of France. Oh, I see. I've never used a stick like that. That's, yeah, that's new to me. Must take some getting used to, I imagine. Yeah, it's a pretty windy place, Liverpool. It was freezing when I was there. Hello, Sen, and welcome. Nice to see you. Also, tell me if I'm not saying your name right. Right, what was I saying? Yes, we'll set up for our arrival. We can always tweak it when we get our actual clearance. So first things first, let's get the weather and, well, in fact, let's get the ATIS. That's what we should do. It's on there online. We should be able to get that. It's taking a while to come through, isn't it? There it is. Print that out. I'm sure you'll like the Logitech yoke. Yeah, I've only got a single size stick, the Thrustmaster T16000M. And I just use the twist axis for the pedals. I'd like pedals, but I don't really have enough room for them under my desk, unfortunately. Right, so back to our flight plan page. In fact, we should hand control to the first officer while we do this.
You have control.
I have control.
So, Tipo 1 Juliet is what we're expecting. And because the wind is... (120) at 11 knots, they are using runway 09, so we'll use ILS 09 there. We'll leave the default via point and insert that and see what it looks like. We may get different clearance, but that'll set us up nicely for now. And then we can set up our approach phase in the perf page. So the QNH is 995. Temperature is +4. Nearly right, Jason, nearly right. The wind, as I said, was 120 at 11. Transition level is 65. And looking at the charts, the decision altitude for an ILS straight-in approach for Category C aircraft is 260 feet. What are the clouds doing? No cloud, apparently. No cloud at all, apparently. We shall see. So not that close after all, Jace. Okay, but cement should rhyme with cement, right? It's insanely smooth and different curves actually make the stick feel lighter. That sounds pretty cool. We'll use medium auto brake, I think, coming in from the west. We're flying to Liverpool, Top Ross. Welcome. And we'll take back control from the co-pilot.
I have control.
You have control.
It's just been cloud all the way, so I'm surprised that Liverpool's free of cloud. And just compare it with the Meta. Yeah, no clouds. We do. The Meta reports don't necessarily have much to do with what's going on in the sim. But then nor do the Ollie Meta reports either. Hello Loritz, welcome. Welcome to the stream. Nice to see you. The background music is... I can find the right window. It's a playlist by Trevor Kowalski. This track is called Daydream in Silver. No, I've never tried self-loading cargo or PackX. I just, yeah, they don't really interest me that much, simulating passengers. I don't know why. But it's just not really my thing. Yeah, it was. It was. Did you say it would be sunny? I may have besmirched your name inaccurately. I'm sorry if I did. Okay, so Flight Crew A320 has its own separate window, which for some reason won't show up in Streamlabs, so I can't actually show it to you. But you assign keys to move the checklists forward and move the checklists backward and that sort of thing. It's got pre-flight events, it's got buttons that you click to start the sort of the half-hour process that happens before departure. And then, yeah, and then you just, as you move through the checklists, the first officer will perform the actions that he's supposed to perform, like setting the flaps or reading out the altitude or what have you. The FS2 crew products for previous sims did more, so the first officer's interaction is fairly limited compared with them, but it's still a big improvement on having nothing at all. Okay. Let me just quickly Google GCTS Tenerife South. Yeah, I'd love to. As soon as we have some scenery for Tenerife South, I will do that. I miss flying to the Canary Islands, actually. Yeah, I'm sure MK Studios will bring their range of airports across one day. My next stream will be on Thursday, because I'm working Monday, Tuesday and Wednesday. And I think, I haven't totally decided, but I think I'm going to do a CJ4 stream for a bit of variety. And it'll either be in the afternoon or I might do an evening one. I'm going to think about it and I'll try and get it planned in a couple of days in advance. But it'll definitely be Thursday at some time. The first officer does set the flaps, so you command the flaps. I mean, if you stick around for the approach, you'll sort of get a feel for how it works. So I got my main button assigned to Control Shift C. So as we're on the approach, I will use that to press to say flaps 1 please, and then the first officer will set flaps 1 and so on and so forth. Yeah, maybe I could do like a week of Canary Islands specials. I'd like to do Gatwick to Lanzarote. Happy to do Copenhagen to Tenerife. Is there, Sinet? Is there? I haven't come across it, but... Oh, there is. There's by Simbreeze, though. Yeah, I'm probably not going to buy that one. Especially when I know that the MK Studios version was actually pretty good. Now, as far as I can tell, we are well within London SC Centre's territory, but they haven't asked us to contact them. Ah, no, I think we're perhaps a bit too far west. We don't have a London West Centre on. That's a shame. What's LTC Centre? Is that... Yeah, I don't know. Don't know what LTC Centre is. Okay, LTC Centre is beneath us. So we won't worry about that then. Oh, it didn't come through, Sinent. Yeah, I've not been to Tenerife, but I like Lanzarote a lot. Spectacular place. We're not over Bristol yet. No, we're over Exmouth at the moment. We'll be flying to the west of Bristol. Yes, they've had an installer for quite a while now, but they've got a new version out, I think. Well, in fact, I know they have because I used it. So, given we are not going to have any ATC for a little while, we probably ought to start planning our descent. And the Star doesn't have any altitude constraints, but we do want to be at, well, 2,500 feet when we intercept the localizer. So let's just plan it for 2,500 feet at the airport. and then add a bit. So we've got just under 160 nautical miles to go. And we want to lose 33,500 feet. So 33 times 3 is 99. Add 10. It's 109. So we want to start our descent no later than 109 nautical miles out. Why is Bristol yellow on VATScan? No idea at all. I use VAT Spy, so I haven't got anything unusual there. Could it be something to do with the fact that it has, I don't know, a tower and an ATIS on but no approach control? I don't know. Oh, that's a shame. A lot of controllers have gone offline. We don't have any Liverpool control on, and we don't have any London North control either. 2Pi, thank you very much. Welcome to the stream. Do I run my sim on its own SSD? Yes, I do. I've never been to La Palma. I visited Fuerteventura for a day trip from Lanzarote, but I don't know it well. Yeah, I think even a slower SSD is probably enough, to be honest. Reduce our range a bit so we can see what we're doing. Sorry Stephen, what's this in relation to? I must have forgotten what we were talking about. We watched my video not used what in what program before. Just about to cross over the Bristol Channel. Still nothing to be seen from outside, unfortunately. ATIS and METAR should have the same information. The BBC, I don't think they do live weather. I think all they do is forecasts, but I could be wrong. But yeah, METAR is probably the gold standard. And seeing as we're not actually going to get any clearance, I probably ought to check what the MCDU has done with our arrival route now we selected it. So just zoom in a bit more and step through. Yeah, that'll do us. This is our star, and then this is our route to the runway, our approach essentially. And we're following that arc that I showed you a little bit earlier on. The 7 DME arc from Wallasey VOR. But to be honest, Jason, none of them will probably match the in-sim live weather that realistically. I don't think Meteo Blue's doing the best job of being right, because they use a model rather than live weather stations like Met reports, so yeah, it's always going to be a bit off. Okay, so I think we'll start down now. We'll descend initially to flight level 200, see where we're at then. Oh wow, there's just a whole load of stuff come through. Oh no, it's just refreshed itself. I hope nothing's going wrong with the stream, is it? Don't trust YouTube anymore. After the old debacle with the bimble yesterday. No, it seems to be working. Yeah, looks alright to me. Good. And we'll turn some engine anti-ice on, seeing as we're going to be descending through these clouds. What do I do while cruising on the long flights? Well, now I'm streaming, I'm chatting to you lot mostly. And now I'm on VATSIM, I have to be present. But back in the day, when I was using offline ATC, I used to go and get on with something and come back in time for the descent. Yeah, they are boring, but if you're not using online ATC, you can leave it going. You can read a book or a magazine, of course, in the cockpit. That's another option if you are flying online. It shouldn't be descending at 4,000 feet a minute. I don't know why you're getting that. It should descend at a rate which maintains this speed. So yeah, to maintain the 290 knots indicator that the aircraft wants, it's descending at 2,600 with idle thrust. You're not setting a manual speed at the same time, are you? Because that might explain it. If you're wanting to go faster, but you can't go much faster. So there's only one aircraft that we might conflict with a little bit, and that's the 2 Sky from Sunborough to Liverpool, which is about the same distance away from Liverpool as us. But we'll see, it'll probably be fine when we get there. So we do have some clouds now at Liverpool. We've got a broken cloud ceiling at 4,800 feet. Yeah, I am on VATSIM right now, but there is no air traffic control along where I am. So normally in the Airbus, it should descend at a sensible rate to maintain the set speed, and that shouldn't be too fast. So what are we doing at the moment? 2,200. That's fairly typical. Yeah, that initial drop does happen with me, for me too, and it shouldn't. I don't know quite why it does, but I'm sure it'll be addressed in an upcoming update. So if anyone watching has not yet liked and subscribed, I would urge you to do it. It's a great thing to do. Interestingly, it's slowing us to 250 knots now, and there aren't, as far as I'm aware, any speed constraints on the star. We're not even on the star yet, so I'm not entirely sure why it's doing that. It's decided there should be a 250 knot constraint here. Don't know why. So let's go into selected speed mode and crank it up a little bit to 280. So you'll notice now that it is going to point the nose down excessively to get us back up to that speed while keeping the thrust idle, which it shouldn't really do. I know what you mean, Christopher. Yeah, I mean there's a little bit of Caribbean scenery which is worth looking at, but yeah. And I'm hoping Asia will expand as well. We've got Singapore Changi now, which is great. And I'm hoping they've got some more airports planned in that part of the world, so hopefully there'll be plenty to look forward to outside of Europe. Okay, let's continue our descent. Transition level was flight level 65, I think, yeah. So let's descend to 7,000 for now. Hopefully now we're past this waypoint it'll manage our speed properly. No, it still wants to go at 250. Ah, we're not passing it on, so yeah, that's why it's going to keep slowing us down. We'll maintain this airspeed for now, that's fine. Hello Silly Supper Boy, welcome to the stream. Which sim was that in, Loris? Yes, Singapore Chunky, exactly.
Cabin crew, prepare for arrival.
Oh, was this in the real world, you mean? That sounds terrifying. So passing flight level 200, we'll turn the seatbelt sign on. Welcome back, Zanis. Yeah, I don't know where it gets these random speed constraints from. I can only assume the NavBlue data is wrong. It shouldn't do that. It shouldn't just add random constraints, obviously. Yeah, the weather's definitely got worse since I first checked it. Yeah, hello Cody. It takes some practice, and yeah, and it takes some planes that are not too buggy as well. Oh, you're back as well. Excellent. Welcome back. We were just talking about GCRR. It's a thick cloud layer, this, isn't it? Oh, okay, you're flying up to Liverpool as well. Awesome. It's like my back wing is glitched and stays in on position. Yes, that doesn't sound great. It's the pink you've got to be scared about on the weather radar. We don't have too much of that. Have you got the dev version, Matthew, or the stable? I don't know if it's in the stable yet. This is the dev version. I think I'm going to fade the music out now so we can concentrate. And when we go past 11,000 feet, we'll let it manage the speed again, because now we do want to be at 250 knots. Oh dear, severe ice detected. Wing anti-ice on, engine mode to ignition crank. Okay, ignition start. Right, let's go back into manage speed mode. Oh, now it wants to accelerate. Brilliant. Maybe we'll go into selected airspeed mode and select 250 knots.
Ladies and gentlemen, we'll be arriving at our destination shortly. If you're making the connecting flight, please take us
In the pinky sink, exactly. How do you know when to descend? So there's quite a simple formula. You look at how many thousands of feet you have to lose, multiply it by 3. So if we're at 10,000 and we want to get down to 0, we need 10 times 3, so 30 nautical miles. And then you add an additional 10 nautical miles to give you time to slow down to 250 knots if you're descending below 10,000. Let's just double check that the ILS frequency is tuned in. And it isn't, so we need 111.75. We don't need clear 111.75 though. Below 10,000 feet, we'll turn our landing lights on. Okay, it'll use managed airspeed mode now, that's good. Your chat's stuck for some reason, that's weird. Is everyone's chat stuck? I suppose you couldn't tell me if it was, could you? Let's have a little look. Seems to be working my end. In fact, we may as well keep our descent going down now to 2,500, which is our ILS intercept altitude. And the QNH at Liverpool is 995. So we can set that now. Get our co-pilot to do the same.
0995 set.
0995 set. Passing 6,200.
The installer
Now,
should tell you which
check.
one you've got installed, if I remember rightly. Prop in the radio. These are classics, Stephen. I've never heard any of them. Good, glad the chat's working alright. Thank you, Jetaway. Appreciate it. Oh, it's a lot of pressure. We'll see how it goes.
Approach checklist.
So we're on the approach
Briefing.
checklist now.
Confirmed.
ECAM status.
Checked.
Baro ref.
0995 set.
0995 set. Minimum. Engine mode selector.
Normal.
Approach checklist complete.
So if the Microsoft Flight Simulator live weather is accurate, we should be breaking out of this cloud quite soon. It says broken at 4,800 feet. We'll be arriving on 09, Zanis. Yes, I was aware of that. I'd forgotten. But yeah. So our localizer is within range now, which is good. And we are breaking out of the clouds slowly. And the aircraft is not flying where we want it to fly. Probably because we have a user waypoint. So we'll have to use heading select mode. That's really annoying. This is exactly what happened on the approach to Birmingham, and it was the first time it had happened to me. But it's disappointing that this is becoming a bit more common. Oh, what are you doing? So what I'm going to try is just putting in direct to D-297. See if that fixes it. Let's just give it a quick chance back in managed heading mode. See what it does. Weird stuff. Back to selected, and we'll just try and follow this arrival routing by hand. I'm not sure then, Matthew. I mean, it doesn't take long to just install it. So if you just click on dev, it will install the latest dev version. It doesn't really matter if you already had it, to be honest. Quite a lot of inbound traffic at the moment. Seems to have appeared from nowhere. We've got an inbound arrival from Bratislava, who appears to be on a long final. We've got an Easyjet from Gatwick, quite a long way ahead of us, and we've got that 2 Sky. Not too sure what a B350 is. I've got a feeling it might be a King Air. I don't know why I think that. Could be wrong. So we might have to extend our final, or extend our downwind, I should say, to fit in with the other arrivals. They should get V1 sim to do the yeah, they should. Yeah, 320 sim pilot is British. Please do, Stephen. Please do. Hello, Herbie. Butter, yeah, not too sure. The aircraft's not behaving terribly well. It tried to take us direct to the runway rather than following our approach course. And we've got a bit of a crosswind. 11 knot crosswind. 5 miles for runway 09 and touch and go. Oh, we haven't got time for your touch and go, son. Got important commercial flights coming in. We're doing the ILS 09 approach, Sanis. So yes, I am actually going to try and follow this procedure, because it'll give us a bit of clearance from the other inbound aircraft, hopefully. But soon, maybe not. I'm not feeling at my most confident with this one, I'm afraid. Tell you what we don't need though anymore is the wing anti-ice. We'll leave the engine anti-ice on purely because this is Microsoft Flight Simulator. I don't trust it. So we're going to try and follow this beautifully smooth curve by twisting the heading select knob at just the right speed. Very realistic. And while I'm doing this, I'm also somehow going to keep an eye, that's pretty though, isn't it, on VATSpy and work out what the other traffic's doing, because people aren't being that communicative. Okay, so we're turning in behind VDA 4275. That's all right. This is working slightly better than I thought it would. You're correct, Jason. You're correct, and it matches the METAR quite nicely. It's just the METAR changed, which means the BBC forecast was probably pretty accurate. The radio sounds like the radio at your glider club. I think this is just people who are. It's a sort of an effect that VPilot has, or that the VATSIM network has.
Approaching runway 05.
What was I saying? Just wanted to listen to the ATC. Yes, I think it's an effect. It crackles if they're a long way away. I don't think it's necessarily open mics. Yeah, we'll come back, William. I wonder if it'll fly it now. If we do direct to one of the R waypoints. I wish it would delete the old ones as it passed it like it should. Let's go direct to R26. Done this again, haven't I? Better get back to looking at it. This is why you need an actual co-pilot to sort this sort of mess out.
Liverpool traffic, Volga 4275 is ILS from A09, Liverpool.
Liverpool traffic, EZY91 Lima Alpha, turning left base, runway 09 Liverpool. Oh no, sorry to hear that, jet away. Yeah, exactly, yeah, the SimLive weather's doing well today. So we're just going to fly, we're going to fly.
Liverpool traffic is 50 Tango, we are on the downwind left runway 09 there.
We're going to just fly a left base leg, and then we're going to intercept the localizer and do a long final. That's the plan, which is sort of roughly what we'd planned to do, and roughly what the aircraft would be doing if it was behaving as it should. Yeah, exactly. VATSIM has this reputation for being this big scary thing, but it is essentially just talking to people, and yeah, it's not so bad. You get used to the phraseology pretty quickly, and if you get it wrong a few times, it doesn't matter. Okay, so we're going to fly an intercept course now. And we're going to ask for flaps 1.
Flaps 1.
Speed checked. Flaps 1.
So that's how it works, Christopher. I just press Control-Shift-C. Pilot, well, me, I said flaps 1, and the co-pilot extended flaps 1. Oh, it is grey, isn't it? Liverpool traffic, EZY19 Lima Alpha, turning final, runway 09, 15 mile final.
Liverpool 00 Kilo Yankee Echo is routing to final 09, number 2.
Okay, so he's routing to here. He says number 2. So good. Okay, looks all right.
Liverpool traffic EZY50 Tango will extend to base leg and correction will stand downwind leg. We have traffic inside for touch and go 09. Liverpool traffic.
That's very nice of him. No, it's not a sim shortcut. It is the shortcut I set up for the main button. When you start Flycrew A320, that'll make sense. The manual tells you about setting up the main button, and that's basically what I press to advance to the next step. There's also a secondary button,
traffic Volga 4275 is clear 09 Liverpool,
which I've assigned to Control-Shift-V, which is used for secondary actions like telling the co-pilot to set the altimeters or what have you. Whew, so it's showing a 28 knot crosswind at the moment. That's not ideal.
Flank 718, just at Wallasey and descending to 5000 on the Mr. 1 Alpha for 05 left at Manchester.
Don't cancel your flight on my account, Zanis. It'll still be a good flight.
Who's the second A320, by the way?
Flaps 2.
Speed checked. Flaps 2.
EZY50 Tango, we are at the 13 DME from runway 09.
Well, are you?
What's going on?
EZY50 Tango, we are reducing speed to final approach speed in ILS 09.
Gear down.
Yeah, next time just look on final please, you just completely come in front of me.
Yeah, I thought there was only one traffic on the ILS for Liverpool.
Yeah, I went straight to approach mode, yes. Thank you, Keffel. We'll ding the cabin.
Cabin crew seats for landing, please.
Flaps 3.
Speed checked.
Yeah.
Flaps
Slightly
3.
cross-scouser on VATSIM.
Flaps full.
Speed checked.
Flaps full.
So this is the famous Mersey, so if anyone wants to
on
sing
the
this...
Liverpool traffic, EZY50 Tango, we're turning off the localizer to make some spacing for company traffic. EZY50 Tango.
Oh, that was very sensitive of him. Yeah, famous River Mersey. So you can start singing the Ferry Across the Mersey song to yourselves now, if you like.
Landing checklist.
Cabin crew.
Advised.
Auto thrust.
Speed.
Auto brake.
Low.
ECAM memo.
Landing no blue.
Landing checklist.
Just FYI, you may want to actually go left hand because right hand is the VFR circuit. You end up flying over head harder if you do ILS circuits to the right.
Okay, that's copy.
Bit of local knowledge on VATSIM as well. It is a lovely approach, this. Pity about the wind, but...
The traffic, 2 Yankee Indias on the ILS 09.
Wonder if we can see him without ruining my approach.
1000.
EZY105, descent to double
checked.
Approaching runway 05 left.
Can't see anyone. It's not following the localizer terribly well, I don't think. I think it's overcorrecting for the crosswind a little bit. Let's take over. Nice, William, thank you. Hello, PC Loops, welcome to the stream. I moan about the autopilot not flying the approach course very well, and then I rather overcorrect it myself. And the glide slope isn't matching up with the PAPIs very well, so I'm going to try and follow the PAPIs. So I don't think I'm too high.
Minimum.
Continue.
200.
Woof! Bit of a bump. Bit of a bump. No butter today,
Spoilers.
I'm afraid.
Reverse green. Decel. $70 knots.
And we'll take this high-speed taxiway on the left. And a very warm welcome to Liverpool.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the conclusion of
2 Yankee Echoes on a 5-mile final, contact 1.
Liverpool traffic, EZY91 Lima Alpha, clear of runway.
This would be your indication that it is...
And Liverpool traffic is 50 Tango. We are established on the ILS and we are doing touch and go around 09. Liverpool traffic.
Right, we'll get around this corner, then we'll turn some lights off and do the after landing checklist. And if we taxi slowly, we might even see that aircraft arriving. Grumpy Scouser. So, landing lights off, nose light to taxi, which the first officer has done for me. Start the APU. Strobes off.
Traffic is 105 on final.
After landing checklist.
Flaps.
Something between Ryanair and Ryanair.
Manchester traffic, it's bank 718 on a 10-mile final for runway 05 left.
Disarmed.
APU.
Start.
Radar.
Off.
Predictive wind shear system.
Of course, sometimes you let the checklist get away from you.
EZY1950, that's approaching ILS capture now
After
on
landing
finals
checklist
for
complete.
05 left, and tower is online, so I'll be switching over to tower.
And we're going to park at this first gate here, which is, I believe, 53, because that's where the flight we're simulating parked. And then after we're parked up and we've done the parking checklist, we'll have a little look around this scenery. Yep, 53. Yeah, it's true, I've been on... Yeah, I've had worse landings than that in real life. That's a brilliant idea, Christopher. So for me, it's the recording software, Captain. I don't know how that was But yeah, often if you saw a stutter there, it was because of Streamlabs.
Taxi light off.
Right, we'll set the parking brake. APU hasn't started yet, and the engines probably haven't cooled down yet either, so we'll wait for that. Okay, the APU is available. Turn on the APU bleed.
Liverpool, 2 Yankee goes clear on to Foxtrot taxiing to the Tango 8, sorry, the Kilo 8 button.
And I think we'll call that 3 minutes, so we'll turn the engines off. Turn the seatbelt sign off. Close the stupid logbook. And we'll turn the fuel pumps off. Turn the beacon light off. And run the parking checklist.
Parking checklist.
APU bleed.
On.
Engines.
Off.
Seatbelts.
Off.
Exterior lights.
Set.
Fuel pumps.
Off.
Parking brake and chocks.
On and in.
Parking checklist complete.
And spot the deliberate mistake. I cannot get my head around the speed brake not automatically retracting. Let's get some stairs. Maybe. Yeah. And there we have it. Leave the APU on for a bit because it's chilly. Don't forget Wizz Air to Liverpool. Hang on, let me scroll up a little bit, see what I've missed. Ryanair landing when it's best. I'll take that. I'll take that. We don't have 737 yet, so this is where Ryanair pilots are in the A320 EasyJet, yeah. Pretty airport. Yes, it's good. We'll have a proper look around as soon as I finish checking your chat messages. Where are we flying next? So, I'm going to fly on Thursday next, and we'll be flying the CJ4. I'll either do the flight that we've been talking about from Innsbruck to Ibiza, or I might do a flight in the US. Haven't decided yet. There's a lot of airports in the US that I'd like to check out. You're very welcome, Jetaway. No worries. You have a good rest of your weekend as well. And there was the touch and go. Nice. I've never flown Primera Air. Spoilers, yes, spoilers, thank you, thank you. Jason, you're very welcome. Pleasure, William. Odingo, glad you enjoyed it. Didn't know you were here. Nice to see you again. How do you organise stairs if there is no jetway? Well, I use Pushback Express. You can also do it from the ATC menu. I didn't know that, Stephen. That's very interesting. Ah, that's weird. See, in earlier versions of this mod, rightly or wrongly, after landing, they were either retracted automatically, or the Flight Crew A320 co-pilot did it for you. I don't know which it was, but now that doesn't happen. Thank you, Abdul. I'm glad you enjoyed it. So yes, as I say, we'll have a quick look around Liverpool and then call it a day. Oh, you're very welcome, Matthew. Thank you for the kind words. So this is the main part of the terminal, which looks rather nicer than that bleak empty side we parked at. And as you can see, we've got a little bit of interior modelling. Nothing frame rate destroying or anything like that, but looks pretty good when you're parked in front of it, particularly when it's less gloomy than this. We've got some very nice ground textures. Anyway, I'm not going to repeat my entire review, but I'll show you the land side because that's really nicely done here as well. It might have been a go-around, but there was an aircraft on final talking about doing a touch and go, so it could have been that. So yeah, this is what the front of the airport looks like. Quite a nice amount of detail. Pretty good signage. And we even have a yellow submarine, which I will show you. And I'd be interested to see if Gaia goes to this level of trouble with the detail. It's really nice. Can I show the night/evening lights? Yeah, go on then. But do watch my full review because it's a lot more detailed than anything I can do here. What am I doing? Wrong window. This is what it looks like at night. land side. And airside. So we've got a few flat window textures, a few opaque windows, which don't look too bad in my opinion. But obviously the most impressive bit is the lit terminal interior with the transparent glass in front of it. And I think they've done a very nice job of that indeed. So there you have it. Thank you very much for watching. Do join my Discord if you'd like to be the first to hear about future streams and videos. And I hope to see you again soon on Philbert Flies. Click the like button, click the subscribe button, and I'll see you soon. Take care. Bye bye.